everybody, good afternoon. It's wonderful to see a room full of young minds and extremely happy to be sitting with Swami Swaroopananda. It's been a pleasure for me that I get an opportunity to sit and moderate sessions with you, and this is very special because this room is filled with people who have dreams, who have aspirations, who have thinking about tomorrow, who've been thinking about tomorrow, who want to be something in life, but also this room is filled with people who have fear. Fear of teachers, fear of exams, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of expectations. So fear is something that is inevitable in all our lives in 2024. That's why the session is called Beyond FOMO, Fear of Missing Out, and Courageously Crafting Tomorrows. So let me, Swamiji, when somebody is going and facing one of the most important stages of their life, right? How can somebody not have the burden of whether I've done right or not done right?
My school teacher, who in my final year of school wanted us to excel, to be on the top in the board, he told me on the last day before your examination, I don't want to see you studying, I want to see you in a movie theater. He didn't mean that literally go for a movie. But he means to say that you should be so prepared that even on the last day of the examination, you should be so relaxed, so confident that you could even go for a night show movie. In life, whatever we do, prepare yourself for it. And your preparation is that which will give you confidence. The other fear is just imaginary. No? How will I do? What will be the paper? These are imaginary, and imaginary fears we can remove by concentrating in the present to do what we can do now and leave the future for the future. I was sitting with one parent, and you know how parents are always concerned as to what you should become. Engineer, doctor, lawyer, IT. They keep on saying that. So I was meeting two young parents, two young couple, and they were fighting away. So at times you feel so happy you're not married. They were fighting away. So I said, what's the problem? They said, you solve our problem. I said, what? They were saying that she wants the son to be an engineer and he wants the son to be a doctor. So I asked them, why do you want him to be an engineer? Why do you want him to be a doctor? So each one had their reasons. She said, as a doctor, where will he have a life of his own? And he said, I want him to do something for others in the life. So both had their standpoint. She as a mother, only interested in a good lifestyle for her son. He as a father, great ideal. He must do something for society. Both were quarreling with each other. And what you fear in life, no? You attract. I was hoping they will not tell me to give the solution. I was just being a witness, watching their fight and being grateful that I don't have to go through it. But they will drag us also into it. Suddenly they said, you tell us what our son should be. I said, if I tell that he should be a doctor and serve society, she's going to say, these men only take men's side. If I say that be an engineer so that he can have a lifestyle of his own, then they'll say, the Swamis also, whatever women say, they will do. So I said, both ways, you're going to lose out on both ways. And then you know what? Suddenly thought came to me. And really nothing works. Prayer does work. So I just prayed to Gurudev. You had an answer to everything. You had an answer to everything. So please, how do I handle this problem? And suddenly I got a brainwave. I said, why are you two fighting? Why are you asking me? Why don't you ask your son what he should or what he wants to be? And they both looked at me and said, he is not yet born. God. Now, whether it be a he or a she, whether he wants to be, has the aptitude to be a doctor or an engineer or a movie star. See, these imaginary fears of the future, one comes if we are not prepared and we are not confident in ourselves. The other is just our imaginary fears. What if the paper is tough? What if I'm not able to perform? Do what is in your hand right now, and that is to prepare yourself. So this, if you remember the two types of fear. And fear is also not negative. I know those questions will come up. One fear that makes you prepare yourself is positive. Positive anxiety. But that fear that takes over you, paralyzes you, you don't prepare also, and you just keep on expecting the best. That fear is imaginary fear. And that fear is that which we should give up. It's not difficult to give up that fear because it's just imaginary fear. Yeah?
Swamiji, you've heard the word FOMO, right?
Yes.
Fear of missing out. I know there are a lot of lingos that's come in with the Gen Ys and Gen Zs coming up. YOLO, FOMO. Now one of the things that I'm sure if I ask in this room, they might not raise their hands is how addicted all of us are for other things like social media, digital platforms, watching content on OTT platforms. And because it's become such a practice throughout, now during the exam to cut off from it, chatting with friends, etc. So they always feel that there is a fear of missing out. If I don't do this now, what if I miss out on something? How can I be a part of it? Because not everybody will be in a company of people who are thinking like-mindedly. What would you like to say in terms of how they should be kind of cutting the noise out and focusing on what they need to focus on, and how is it going to help them?
Whether today it's social media, when we were growing up, television, when our parents were growing up, means my parents were growing up, it was movies. There has always been for us some form of attraction, some form of distraction also. Yeah? And at every stage of our life, at every era, every generation, we had to self-discipline ourselves, be clear as to what is our goal, and if there's something that we cannot totally give up, then we must learn to be moderate in that. But this you have to decide. You have to be firm with your mind. Master your mind, and especially at this stage of your life. There are certain stages of our life which is a cusp, where the course of your life is going to take direction. Isn't it? No? Especially now. Even though marks should not be your goal, but you know that at this moment your marks will determine which type of university or which level of university you will join in. If you keep your goal very clear, then how will be your performance? According to your goal, is it not? Rather than fearing, will I get into the university or not? Prepare yourself for the university. And even while you are studying, you might need some distraction to de-stress yourself. Not even strain your eyes while reading. So don't go and strain your eyes on the book. Go up, play a bit of a sport to revive you, energize you, make you do some movements. And these are things which you will enjoy also. So after all, sometimes reading, studying can get boring. And that also, revising what you already know can get boring. You need a little bit of a break. That entertainment also, do that entertainment that will actually revive you. And that also limit yourself. Because whatever you do during this period is what is going to show the trajectory of your life. So take responsibility of your life and make your decisions accordingly. And if at this stage of your life, if you learn when and how you can manage your mind, manage your pleasure, manage your studies, manage your work, and manage your distractions also. If you know to manage it now, that will help you in your university also. In the university, what you do will help you in your career. Keep this in mind, and you make your own disciplines. We must have FOMO, fear of losing out the opportunity that we have got. Not losing something that will already be there for everyone at all times. Don't lose your long-term goals for short-term entertainment.
Swamiji, on a lighter note, you mentioned them that people who don't have the discipline give away the phone. In today's generation, people can give ATM passwords easily, but not phone passwords with your parents. But I'm sure the takeaway here is that please make sure that you time whatever that you do, be it distractions, be it studies. But Swamiji, one thing that you addressed or you spoke about was this is going to help set the path for future. Whatever they do now, they are in their 12th standard, which is an important stage. Now, another question that always arises, Swamiji, in this room, there might be many people who want to be doctors, engineers, lawyers, also musicians, painters, counselors, mental health, psychiatrists, or work in an NGO. So now today people choose different professions and stuff. One of the things that students today go through is the expectations from parents as to a certain professions are what is important, or rather they are the ones who are respected in the society. How many of you in this room want to take up professions apart from engineers and doctors? That's almost, more than 50% hands coming up. Wonderful. So Swamiji, what would you want to tell these people who are, walking the paths which probably are not being walked more, at the same time have conviction and achieve?
That's what our Chinmaya Vidyalaya is for, isn't it? To make your own path, but make a path to a destination that is glorious. Destination that benefits you, your family, and the society. So go for it. And if you are convinced, remember, here's a person who was from a business family pursuing a career to become a doctor, because my father became a doctor after I was born, and luckily my parents gave us a choice. But to take up a path of sannyas and to become a sannyasi, you have to really dare to be different. In a highly materialistic society like Hong Kong, ambitious society like Hong Kong, pleasure-oriented society like Hong Kong and Bombay, to take to a different path, and you think it is easy to convince parents that I want to become a sannyasi. In CIRS, Ms. Kiran Bedi had come, you know of her, right? In our sports day, she had come as the chief guest. And she asked all our CRS students as to, or she heard rather, when they were playing their sports, that so-and-so wants to become a fashion designer, so-and-so wants to become this, so-and-so wants to become that. So everybody, and so many careers we have today, and I'm sure if I asked you, some would say fashion designer, some will say movie actor, somebody might say that I want to be in IT, I want to be in creativity, all these. But she said, is that being different? You know what she said? She said, not one said I want to be in the army. Not one said I want to be an IAS officer. Not one said that I want to be like the Swamis who inspire me. So really speaking, whatever career choices you make, whatever life choices you make, don't expect everybody to understand you. And two things you have to remember. Be daring to choose the untrodden path if you have to. But don't expect your parents who are so concerned about you not to worry about you. Second is, you might dream, for example, to be an actor or a sportsman. But are you ready to slog to be an actor in spite of not being a star and not working, not earning any money? or to be a sportsman, and maybe not necessarily earn money. So there are certain professions, and that's why your parents are concerned. If someone says that I'll become an actor, every actor, very few people get stardom and make money, and their glamour we see. If you're going for that glamour and not your aptitude for acting, then you may or you may not make money. Therefore, side by side, you must see that you do need livelihood. And your dreams may not bring you livelihood. So do. Your parents are more interested in your livelihood right now. Isn't it? And that's why they're being, be practical. At least if you become an accountant, you're surely going to get a job. At least I can give you a job in my company. No? So please understand that. And if what you have thought of is something that you want to fulfill as a goal, at the same time, don't miss out on the practicality of it, because after all, your life will be related to your family also, your children also later on. See that both is there in your career goals. The practicality, but just don't dream that, you'll become an actor and you'll be making crores like Shah Rukh Khan or Rajnikant. Please understand. So that's why you must understand that your parents are kind of worried. But Gurudev used to tell us that if you are convinced and your goal you have thought of and is good for you, if you can't convince your parents, how can you convince your interviewer? Isn't it? So get their blessings, convince them. And even if they are being adamant, you are their children, you are also adamant too. But if they see you happy, they see you achieving, they will definitely support you. So they are only here for you. So please understand, they've also gone through the same thing with their parents. They will say, we listened to our parents, but let me tell you, they didn't. That's why they are successful where they are. And those who did listen also, by understanding their understanding parents, they are also successful. Huh? So where you can't make the choices, then let those who love you, concerned with you, have more experience of life, let them make the choice for you. But where you can make sensible choices that you can convince your parents of, then they will definitely support you. And if you have their support and their blessings, nothing like it. As I said, to be daring to give up all that. And it's not that the parents are not concerned. The only parents are concerned is, here he had everything. There as a sannyasi, where will he be living? What will he be eating? That is their concern. No? And it's not a unvalid concern.
Swamiji, were you successful in convincing them?
I did. That's why I'm here. With their full blessings.
Swamiji, one thing that you mentioned, right? Money was another important word. I think all the people sitting here, they are at an age where money is important, but this age relationship with money is very different. There are people in this room who want to take up something because it might give them money. Money might drive them, but they still are in the in an early relationship with money because they're just starting out. They're living in parents' money. They don't know what it means. They don't know how is it to earn, or probably some of them have been earning as part-timers. What should be their relationship with money?
Let money not be your goal, but do not be under denial that what is the true worth of money in life. Money is not everything, but money is not useless, because to sustain your life, it's not money, it means wealth. To sustain your life, to sustain society. Therefore, see, we've got Narayan wedded to Lakshmi, because without the world, the resources of the world, production in the world, where is sustenance possible? Unfortunately, people have got greed for money. People have got money as their ultimate goal. And that is what we should not have. But don't be impractical that we don't need money. Then you become a sannyasi. Yeah? Be ready to live on the streets. If not anything, be ready to live in a palace if given to you. That way, whatever you pursue, your higher goals, that should not be dependent on money. But don't think that money doesn't have a place. Therefore, we must know where to place something in the right place. Now, I'll give you an example. When I was in India as a teenager, my cousin came from abroad. They used to go abroad to work, get work experience, and come. He came back. That time, India was not an international market. So, anything brought from abroad, there used to be this fascinations. So, new fashions, new products. And then he was sure, how much this costs, how much that costs, and how much this costs. So he showed us one shoe, how much this cost. Those days, Bata shoes were available for 30 rupees. So, okay, a foreign shoe, okay, 100 rupees. So, what are you talking? This is 5,000 rupees shoe. This is, that time Nike and all were not in fashion. Or they were not even produced by then. These are Bali shoes. What Bali shoes? 5,000 worth. Next day, his shoe could not be found. So he started getting upset with us. We said, we have not touched your shoe. Why will you touch a 5,000 rupees shoe? Which looks more ordinary than our fancy Indian 30 rupees shoe. Haven't you seen it? You buy that shining shirt for Pongal that is cheaper than these branded, bland clothes. Is it not? So who will wear that plain shoe for 5,000 rupees? Our 30 rupees shoe is chaka-chak, right? So we said we didn't. Finally, they were searching for it, and finally asked the maid. And maids in our house, they are like mothers only. So she's brought him up as a kid. Said, why do you want the shoe? So he understood that she knows where the shoe is. Why do you want the shoe? He said, because I want to wear it. She said, on these dirty roads, you're going to wear a 5,000 rupees shoe? That was probably at that time her life income. You're going to buy 5,000 worth shoe? He said, give me my shoe. Even the keys of the cupboard used to be in their hand. So she opens the Godrej cupboard. Steel cupboard. Where they used to keep their jewelries and all that. No, our mothers used to keep their jewelry. Open that cupboard. On the top shelf, on a white towel, shoe. That's how I think all these shoe companies learn how to advertise their shoes, expensive shoes. Now, however expensive a shoe is, are you going to wear it on your feet or are you going to wear it on your head? Tell me. You're going to carry it on your head, right? Only Ramchandra Ji's sandals were carried on the head. Guru's sandals are carried on the head. Your friend's sandals, Nike shoes or Reebok shoes or whatever shoes, even if they are 5,000, 10,000 rupees, are you going to say, my friend, can I put it on my head? Tell me. Money has got its place. Money is here to serve you. Don't make money your boss. Don't be a slave to money. But don't underestimate the need of wealth. Otherwise, pursue your dreams, but not for wealth. And whatever comes your way, live it. Even if you have to live on the streets. That's why know the right place of wealth in life, and you don't have to be greedy about wealth. But most careers, even you want, don't bluff yourself. It is to make money, is it not? So, but let that not be your goal. According to your aptitude, according to your talent, according to the skills that you have developed, think what innovativeness you can bring to your profession, your career, your life. Be a pioneer. That is what you should achieve.
Wonderful. Swamiji, another thing that many students may be in this room or may not be in this room that people face is a friend circle. You know, somebody might have studied more, somebody might have studied less, somebody might be distracted. Even though somebody wants to study, but somebody was like, "Naalik paakla," you know, let's see tomorrow. We'll see. Come, let's go out for an hour. So it's always about what is the group of people around us doing. And again, you know, we get a choice to choose friends. So in terms of how can somebody have that mindset to put their focus, and when compared to not in the midst of pleasing somebody or trying to impress somebody, it can be girlfriend, boyfriend, it can be friends. That's another important aspect that people always fall out on.
See, if we love ourselves and we are convinced of our goal, everything falls in place. Even our company falls in place. Because you'll attract that kind of company, you'll be attracted to that kind of company also. Yeah? I give you an example of my own brother. Very nice man, today highly successful also, right? But his friends were all fun-loving friends. They're not bad, people no addictions, anything, but fun-loving friends, not interested in studies. My friends were also fun to be with, but they were all interested in studies. And since we were almost same age, we shared our friend group. So when exam times would come, those friends who throughout the year did not study would come to us. And when we had free time, we did go and enjoy with them. So if you can't choose your friends, at what time, what company you should keep is important. Yeah, exam time, keep company of those who are interested in studying. Even they may be friends at that time who may have enjoyed the whole year, but now it's, you know, at the last moment, they may be a bit desperate. But I got a chance to help such friends during the examination period. And that's the examination I did better than I ever did in my life. But I didn't allow them to distract me by drinking coffee and going out for a drive, but rather made them sit and study. So whether you're going to be a follower or you're going to be a leader, the choice is yours. But if you have to be a follower, also be a follower of the person who is in the direction of your goal.
Absolutely. How many of you in this room actually have this problem of getting distracted because of friends, because of people who are not in the same wavelength of yours? Couple of hands slowly coming up. Slow, not bad. From 1 to 30, people getting distracted because of the people around. See, Swamiji. So as Swamiji said, please follow somebody who will take you to the path of studies, or you lead people. And if somebody is not going to be friends with you because you're not entertaining them now, then that friendship doesn't mean anything. Correct, Swamiji?
But support each other. Support each other in the right direction.
Swamiji, one thing, I know a lot of people want to ask questions, so I want to end our conversation, but there's one thing I want to ask you. When I make movies, right, the movie's release date is coming closer. There is butterflies in the stomach, and you're like, what's going to happen? It's like an examination itself. First day, first show numbers, how many people have liked it, critics have liked it or not. Now, when it's one day before the exam, I'm sure all of them will be having different types of feelings in their mind. What can a student do just one day before the exam?
We find ways of calming your mind. Really speaking, we keep religion, spirituality, all in different areas of our life, compartment in our life. Don't pray, oh God, make me pass the examination. No. If you pray daily, just sit to quieten your mind, whether through a chant or a prayer, through a mantra japa. That also not, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 may I pass the examination. You will make Bhagwan only so tense, I don't know who to help. Yeah. Find means of calming your mind. Sit quietly in your prayer room that you have in your house. If you don't have your own quiet corner, sit there. Do a little bit of japa. You don't have to do whole day japa. No? Do a little bit of japa. Create your own stress busters. Now, even if it is not, say, a mantra, keep affirming to yourself, I am confident. I am prepared. Yeah? Don't say, I don't know what's going to happen. What's going to happen? Remember, what you fear, you attract to yourself. What you constantly think, you get. Yeah? Think positive. You are your best friend and you are your deadliest enemy. No outside friend can help you as much as you can help yourself. No outside enemy can harm you as much as you can harm yourself.
Swamiji, one last thing. All these students here, it's like literally being in a mixer grinder, studying, preparing, they're occupied 14 hours, 12 hours a day. We spoke about what to do one day before exam. Now cut to when the exams get over, right? When I'm taking my example of a movie, when the movie work is done, when the movie releases, suddenly there is a void in life, right? I was recently seeing an interview of Hrithik Roshan. He just recently, the movie Fighter came out. He was so occupied with it for 8 months to 1 year. When the work got done, he didn't know what to do and he got into smoking. Suddenly, you need that rush that, oh, I've done it, I've worked on it. Youth, according to the study, says that a lot of people get into something to kind of reward themselves, and usually that's not the right one that they choose. So what can these people who are so occupied now, when there is a void, what can they do?
Glad you asked this question, because it reminds me also that the day we finish our examination, we want to party. It's not that we didn't do it. Yeah? That time it was maximum go for a movie or, go for lunch, dinner, etc. No? Because you want to party. I mean, recently I was in Australia and whenever the exams are over, especially the 12th standard examination over, all of these people from the different cities either go to Byron Bay and nowadays they go to Bali. And basically it's, oh, I have put so much into my work now, so now let me go. It's cheap. Don't ruin what you have gained, what you have developed within you, even your discipline. In fact, do go and enjoy, but nothing that is going to be addictive and is going to be harmful to you. That is wisdom you have to have yourself. Nobody can. And don't think the little bit of this. There are certain things which from time immemorial examples are given. 4 things have been told to be avoided. That 4th we generally don't. Yeah? One is any alcohol or drugs. Don't even take alcohol or beer lightly. I've seen people die. Please be very, very careful. It's your life. You're responsible for it. And no one can say that I will not get addicted. Yeah? There's macho Hrithik Roshan, who has, of course, known also to be a man of good character. Yeah? If he can fall back for smoking and get addicted to it, and to get out of an addiction is very, very difficult. Even if you go into again detox, etc. That's why, according to Alcoholics Anonymous, once an alcoholic, you never introduce, I was an alcoholic. You are an alcoholic. Anything that will make you addictive, even if it is coffee, though it's not that bad, coffee, but it's going to limit you. Try to refrain from there. There are so many pleasures that you can enjoy without getting addicted. Therefore, learn to enjoy those pleasures which are not harmful, which are not addictive. So addictions, be careful of. And there is alcohol. Second is gambling. I remember as youngsters, when we used to play some games and all that, even sports game and all that, we used to just say, okay, let's bet. And really the betting was, today you will treat vada pav. Yeah? Today you will treat idli sambar. That was to be a bet. But I watch slowly some of them losing all their family wealth in gambling. Be careful of that. Third, which maybe you all have not asked or will not ask, but recently, we had another program where we had youngsters in Bombay asking questions, right? And it's a trend these days to have multiple partners. Be very careful of that. Any relationship without commitment will eventually psychologically scar you or the other person. And fourth, surprisingly, in Mahabharata and even Ramayana said that hunting means any act of aggression or violence. Today we see all these movies, what do? Everybody thinks to be an angry person. No? With words we can hurt people. With looks we can kill. These aggressions should be avoided. Now warnings are given. It's our life. Don't take a chance with it.